Oh, yeah, we are back again for the Friday edition of the Sports Office. Woody Woodruff here. Got James Paxton here. Got college football inside expert Dave Comer here. And we're going to talk about all kinds of different things, starting off with Michigan and Michigan State. Big game this weekend, rivalry game this weekend. A lot of talk about the game this weekend, especially from the Michigan State side of the ball, because I'm starting to hear Michigan State fans say, you know what, we want to see Michigan State get crushed so that they fire Jonathan Smith. I'm hearing that more and more. James, what are you hearing?
Well, yeah, they've wanted Smith gone for a while. I mean, last Friday we did a pre-funeral show for the Spartans.
I remember that.
Yes, and it was somber. You looked great, by the way.
Thank you.
Like you do every Friday.
Thank you.
But there's like three different fan bases. There are Michigan fans who want to win, Michigan State fans who want to lose, and Michigan State fans who want to win only because they're facing the Wolverines. Nobody from Michigan State actually wants them to win for the benefit of Jonathan Smith. They hate this guy.
You know what? How disappointing is that? I mean,
not really.
Rooting for your team to lose, Dave. I mean, this is not the kind of thing that's normal, especially even in this rivalry.
Exactly. And it's funny because I've heard it said that Jonathan Smith hasn't lost the team, but maybe he has lost the fans. And I think it's obvious. And it's in some ways, this almost like brings to mind the final days of Rich Rod or the final days of,
Brady Hoke.
Exactly. Where you have one fan base that's kind of hoping against hope. And I just see that Michigan State, can they save their season with a win is my biggest question.
Well, that was the question I posed on the air tonight. I mean, this is usually a get-right game for somebody. But, I mean, with the Spartans having lost 4 straight, even if they win, is this a get-right game? I mean, do they have enough?
Yeah, it's like they're circling the drain at times. But
oh, my goodness.
But the thing is, with Indiana, at least they showed a pulse. And I think that was like the biggest, not to name drop our political show with Roop Raj. That's pretty awesome. But I will say
Shameless
that
plug.
Wow.
The biggest problem, though,
there.
is that a lot of people, and we kind of thought, the Grim Reaper would be, in the crowd as well on the sideline for Indiana.
I think it rained. The Grim Reaper doesn't come out when it rains.
The Spartans showed some heart. And the question is, if Aiden Childs gets in a rhythm, they can put up some points. The question is, though, what's going to happen with that defense?
Well, before we get to the answers to some of that, I want to remind everybody about the rules here. I mean, you can also chime in on Zoom. You see the number right down here and the QR code right over here.
Solid.
So
You got
just
it.
check it out. You like the way I got that, right?
I mean, that was smooth.
I knew which way to go. Anyway, log in, come on in. We want to talk to you, get your opinion, maybe get a score out of you on this big rivalry game this weekend, Michigan and Michigan State. All right, guys.
Zoom in, give us your MSU U of M predictions.
And when you zoom in, you'll be talking to my man over here. Come on, Kent, over here with Eric. Eric, how are you tonight?
Hello.
It's nice to see you. I'm glad you're in for Tom. But yeah, you'll get into the Zoom room.
You're in for Tom.
Well, I hope. Look, I'm going to throw my man under the bus. I don't care. This is a sports office. Eric's going to do a better job than Tommy. You hear that, Tommy? All right.
This is Eric's first time doing the show, and it's been 4 minutes.
It has been. Let's get back into Michigan State, though. All right, Dave, you mentioned Aiden Childs before. He has shown some levels of improvement, but also some signs of regression. I mean, is that a Childs thing, or is it a scheme thing, or is it what kind of thing?
It's hard to tell because there are moments where it almost looks like I'm looking at Joe Milton in a tuxedo, in a good way, where he's got the arm strength and he's ripping it, and you just love to see it. At other times, it's like anyone in the first 2 rows of the crowd might have a chance at catching it, and plus he's got the mobility though, and it's almost like it brings to mind the saying of like some guys are coach killers because there's just enough meat on the bone. It keeps you coming back for more. But the problem is the taste might put you in the hospital. So, he's so talented. And I honestly feel like, let's not kid ourselves either. It's not like the talent level around him is great either.
That was the next thing I was going to talk about.
It's just Nick Marsh.
Right. It's Nick Marsh. Kelly
it.
seems to step up at times. The run game can be invisible some days and a monster on other days. So it's almost like a Jekyll and Hyde thing with Michigan State. You never know what you get. You see them win 3 straight to start the year. Granted, the competition may not have been,
It was
top
Boston
quality.
College, Western, School of the Deaf and Blind.
But
Unconfirmed.
still, to reel off 3 straight, but then you come into, the conference schedule, and then you get smacked around for 4 straight. So, you find out where you are really quick. What about the idea that if they do lose this game, does Smith get fired?
I think we're legit on death watch, where you could, at any moment, if they lose. Now, of course, this begs the question, is it going to be really close?
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to be, kind of like a Bobby Williams light
Does it matter?
kind of loss? Right. I honestly, if they lose in the last few seconds, and it can probably be spun as a rah-rah, we almost got him, guys,
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing, who knows? I think, but either way, it looks like Jonathan Smith is a dead man walking.
Yeah,
James.
but with Michigan a 13.5-point favorite in this, if they get blown out, and okay, we say Smith gets fired or whatever, who's next? Who might be the next guy? Is it someone from within that they bring up for the final 4 games of the year, or is it some national search that starts or has started already, and there's somebody waiting in the wings, to step in and pick it up? We'll go.
I want to steal Pat Caputo's idea because he said it a couple weeks ago.
Oh, what is
and
that?
the first time I heard it, I was like, that sounds crazy. But every single time it's been brought up since, I'm like, what about Robert Saleh? He's from this area. He's clearly a motivator. He's a defensive-minded head coach. You bring him into the Big Ten. You offer Robert Saleh a ton of money. I bet you he can get some recruiting. What about Saleh, Dave?
I love that idea. At first, I thought there were going to be a resurrection of the old Tom Izzo rumors, which was the worst. I never bought
Wait,
that.
they thought
for a minute.
Izzo would be the football coach?
Yes, there. You remember Woody?
Izzo has enough cachet that he could be considered as the football coach. He would be tough enough. He would have, Spartans tattooed all over him.
So would he
as
do
far as-
both, or would he leave basketball?
You know what? He would do both. I could see Tom Izzo doing
Right,
both.
right.
Hey, I got a football game this weekend, but the basketball team starts on Tuesday.
Right.
I could see something like that. It would be a no-brainer for Tom Izzo. But
yeah,
for-
Saleh would be great. I mean, you look at especially you look at the roots in the past, and George Perlis with his defensive coordinator in the NFL roots and everything being part of Pittsburgh and whatnot. But honestly, I feel like Saleh, especially he would know the area, and being from Dearborn, I think that would be a perfect fit. Plus, I mean, he's kind of emotional. He runs hot. And that's what you want at the college level. Jonathan Smith, from day one, it just seemed like pinch the guy to see if he's awake.
Is that the level of emotion that Michigan State would need moving forward, only because it would reinforce the recruits coming in? It would maybe open up the transfer portal a little more, because right now I see guys maybe planning their change of address forms to hand into the office in East Lansing. I mean,
Well, I will say, as much as sometimes college football purists rue the day that the portal and NIL became such a big deal, at the same time, it's also, man, you can get a meal quicker than instant grits. As long as you've got the right people in charge, it's easy to turn things around really quick. And we've seen it happen in a multitude of ways, where in the past it was always like, maybe this 2-star is gonna bloom in 3 years. And nowadays, man, it is just add water. You can have a winning program and be up and running, and you don't have to be a glamour program, i.e. Indiana.
no self-respect in Southerner eats instant grits. I'm going to tell you right now.
This has been the best reference show we've ever had. Comer's killing it with his references.
You know what? Let me get into the Zoom room, because there's probably some people waiting. Eric, who do we got? What do we got?
Well, we had Fabian, but she walked away.
All right, well then let's keep it going. Remember, you fans.
No,
you
go
fans,
back,
come
go back,
on in.
go back.
Well, come on back. If you want to come in, come on in. Do we have it? Yes or no?
Give me 1 second.
I'll give you 1 second.
Fabian's
because
coming in.
Fabian is coming in. A friend of the program, let's call it. Nice to always talk to Fabian. Let's get to her now, I believe.
There we
Come on,
go.
there you
Hey,
go.
Fabian.
Hi, Fabian. How are you?
Happy Friday, crew. I'm well. How you all doing?
Oh,
Hey, Willie,
fantastic.
crew.
Happy Friday to you too. You know, we're talking Michigan, Michigan State right now, the big rivalry in college football. What side do you sit on this, and what do you think the score might be on Saturday?
It's gonna be like it's gonna be the high 30s to about 30 to 9.
39,
Might get
who-
a couple of field goals
Who wins?
from Bryce Underwood and his team.
Michigan. I see
Yes.
where you're angling. I mean, is it just because of Bryce Underwood? I mean, what makes him so attractive in this matchup?
No, well, Bryce is surrounded with some good players, so that's the good thing for him. He got the arm. He's still learning the ropes, but he got enough support around him that's gonna pull him through this win for this weekend.
That is fantastic analysis. Look at that. Fabian coming in strong with it. We love that on a Friday. Thanks a lot, Fabian. Appreciate you.
Thanks for calling
Appreciate
in.
you,
All right,
thanks.
go Maize and Blue, go MSU, whichever way you want to fall. Fabian's looking at Michigan.
And go
What'd you
Canes.
say?
Go Canes.
The low 30s to 9. Woo! My goodness gracious. You know, when do we have to break in this? Do we have to take a 15? Okay, good. Let's keep going, because what we didn't talk about was the flip side of the rivalry, Michigan. Okay, they come in at 5-2. Expectations are they're going to come in and just wipe the floor with Michigan State and continue to move on, or then run into some trouble, James.
Well, I think they're going to have a good game, and it's kind of what I said on yesterday's Sports Office show. Jordan Marshall impressed me so much last week. And, of course, Michigan's O-line is outstanding, but without Justice Haynes, I think they're going to be fine tomorrow. And if you even had Haynes, that'd be a plus. But they are going to run the ball so effectively tomorrow because Michigan State does not have a good front seven, and Marshall's going to have a big game. So then you take a lot of the pressure off Bryce Underwood.
We hear this in the pro game a lot, but we're going to see it probably on Saturday. Complementary football.
Yes.
I mean, offensive line helping running backs helping wide receivers. Lots of plays opening up for Michigan. I assume that's what I anticipate. But maybe Spartan Dogs might step up and lock that down. I don't know, Dave, if that's going to be possible, but we're going to see. The other thing I want to talk about is Bryce Underwood. You heard Fabian mention him, as the leader of the Wolverines. But again, what about developing him as a quarterback? It seems that they may be a little bit behind in that. I mean, it seems that he's more of just a runner and a short pass guy. But, I mean, he was touted as coming in with one of the strongest arms in the country.
You know, and I think he's got it in his tool belt. But the problem is, at times, it's almost like I've heard it said that it's almost like having a Lamborghini and you're using it only on side streets, but they never get to the freeway. And really, you got to turn them loose and let it rip. Also, formerly a great political show.
Oh, man, nice plug there. That's
I will
good.
honestly say that we got to see the offense kind of. It's been evolving, and I really loved what they did against Washington because a lot of us were questioning if they were going to be able to find enough points. And so, Underwood's developing, and honestly, we still have to remember the guy's 18 years old. He's still really young, and I think he's a work in progress as much as the hype and everything kind of we're at risk of being buried by it at times. But I think he's shown enough, and he's been developing. And I honestly feel that the guy right now is not the same player we saw against Oklahoma.
You used the car analogy right there with the Lamborghini not getting on the highway. But can we consider these previous games the Lamborghini on the test track? I mean, that we have seen maybe flashes of this, but I'm still looking for a full commitment to, hey, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to open up the offense a little more, and we're just going to explode. I think that's what Michigan fans are waiting to see.
At times, you almost wonder if it's like they're a victim of their own running game success. Mm-hmm. So, and had they not been running the ball as well for so long with Marshall and Justice, that you almost wonder if they would have had to throw more in the beginning. Would he be farther along? Probably, but they might not be as good.
We all know how much the Maize and Blue love that 3 yards in a cloud of dust mentality, so we'll see what happens. I got to squeeze in a quick break. We'll be back with more of the Sports Office right after this. You're in touch with the Sports Office on a Friday night. Woody Woodruff and James Paxton hanging in there. We've got some special guests coming later on in this show.
We got a fun
hope.
game. We got a fun game for Woody versus.
Plus off the sticks. It's going to be cool. We were talking about the rivalry between Michigan and Michigan State before the break. And James, let's continue on with that because I'm looking at After this game, after MSU or after Michigan, the expectations and the schedule that we see. I mean, after Michigan, for Michigan State, it's Minnesota, Penn State, Iowa, and Maryland. I mean, will they win another one?
You know, it looks just so bleak for them right now. That's what's hard about this matchup and what's hard about looking at Michigan State, because I don't know if they'll win another one. And, you know, and our last segment, as Dave put it, if Childs and the offense can roll, you know, they can put up points. But the Michigan State defense looks really bad right now. That's why I think tomorrow's going to be a bad game for them against a Michigan offense that can run the ball effectively. I don't know if they can win another one. I think the best Michigan State can do this year is 5-7.
What about Michigan? I mean, their expectations after MSU, they got Purdue, at Northwestern, at Maryland, and then the biggie against Ohio State. I mean, I'm assuming that the Maize and Blue are still thinking about, you know, postseason, get into that kind of mix. I mean, I know it's going to be hard for them considering where they are right now, but still the hope is there, correct?
I think so.
A little bit.
I mean, they don't have much hope because of the Oklahoma loss still looks pretty good because they're a ranked team and they've looked like a good football team.
But they'll put all the apples in that Ohio State game basket.
But, I mean, when you look at it, you know, the USC loss right now doesn't look that great because of last week's Notre Dame game, and you don't know what's going to happen there. Of course, you put all your eggs into the Ohio State basket. For Michigan, here's what I think they need to do. You need to make sure your offense is as good as it can be so you face that Buckeye defense, all right? The problem is I don't know if their offense is going to be that good because their wide receivers, with the exception of Donovan McCulley, just don't have the hands. They drop the ball way too much. You see a lot of Bryce Underwood's passes get dropped by a lot of these receivers. And Dave, what we're talking about here is how good Michigan's offense can be by the time they get to Ohio State, and I worry they just don't have the receivers.
And, you know, before Dave gets in, you mentioned how receivers are dropping balls. That also goes to Underwood's development and stats and unlocking the offense and everything else, right, Dave?
Right, and the one thing is, it's not like the receivers are you don't see them going that deep, as Woody mentioned earlier. There's so many like three-step and throw.
Right.
There's so many screens, and a lot of times they're playing conservative, and I really wonder if it's a byproduct of just, you know, not being on the same page.
All right, well, you know what? Give me a score.
I say, you know, I would love to be in the 30s, but I honestly don't know if Michigan can score that much, despite everything I said about how they looked against Washington. Maybe let's go with 27-17.
James?
I think I'm going to keep with what I said yesterday, and I believe that was 30-14.
You know, I forgot what I said yesterday, but it was probably a 10-point spread, so I think I'm going to go with that, Michigan by 10.
It's 13.5 right now in favor of Michigan.
So I'm thinking Maize and Blue by 10, but who knows? Maybe the green and white can surprise. Look, I got to take another break. On the other side, we'll talk about the Red Wings, we'll talk about the Pistons, and some fun stuff, too. It's after this on the Sports Office. They went on the road and lost 2 straight. They're now 5-2. They need to get things back in order because we don't want to see them start to slide after winning 5 straight. Let's go to the Pistons real quick. Detroit in Houston tonight after losing Wednesday night in Chicago to the Bulls in the season opener. Let's hope they can turn it around tonight in Houston against the Rockets team. It'll be the battle of the Thompson brothers, Asar versus Amen, and let's hope that our guys can get it done in Game 2 of the season. All right, now let's go to our favorite segment on Friday nights, Off the Sticks. I've got James here. Take it away, James. What do we got tonight?
Well, thank you, Woody. It is Fun Friday. I am your host, James Paxson. Woody is 2-0-1 in these Woody versus challenges. He hasn't lost one, but he tied my man Aaron Jordan last week in a field goal kicking contest. They went 0 for 5 and 0 for 5. It was embarrassing.
What are we doing tonight?
Well, tonight we are going to be playing Sticky Tic-Tac-Toe.
Ooh, okay.
And I brought in a really, really great competitor, my friend Dylan Dahlberg, producer over at Fox 2.
Hi, Dylan.
I bet you he has thrown some ping pong balls before, so this is going to be a good one. Everyone get your balls. It looks like Dylan picked mint green, so Woody can have black. This one's pretty simple. You can bounce it. You can just throw it regularly. You have to make a tic-tac-toe perfect. Now, This is really, really sticky. Ooh, that's sticky. Ooh, that's sticky.
I'll let you go first.
All right.
Dylan is first.
Weak.
Nothing. Woody for a second shot.
Oh.
Nothing yet.
Now, if you get Paul's back, do you have to do a behind the back shot?
We'll see. Oh,
What'd you get?
we're going to say that's the middle.
All right, right in the middle.
We're going to say that's the middle. Woody? Nothing.
Oh.
Dylan's going with the underhand motion, and he's got the middle again. So,
Underhand looked
Nothing.
good. I didn't get it.
okay.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm going to say that's this one here. So he's one away. Oh!
Perfect block. You saw that, right?
Aaron, it looks like underhand's the motion
It
here.
looks like it, yeah.
Oh,
Woody.
Ooh.
nice bounce.
I
Come
like
on,
it. I
producer
like it.
power here.
Brick.
Oh, that
Oh.
counts. That counts. Woody? Oh!
Blocking that,
I like
baby.
it. I like it.
Oh! Woody's first loss!
Congratulations.
That was nice. That was
is
nice.
the tic-tac-toe. Well done. Well done. I have to give credit to the winner here. Nice job, Dylan.
I want to talk to our champion here. You were the first person to beat Woody. Please tell me how you did that perfectly, because it looks like you are a winner today.
Certainly in college, never played any games tossing ping pong balls. No,
Absolutely not.
yeah, it's a little different without something. You got a cup anywhere?
No,
I don't have
beverages.
a cup. There's
Dang
not
it.
really any drinking
No
allowed in the
beverages.
sports office yet, but we'll get there. And
Listen, look, you know what? I'm a good sport about it. I lost tonight, but we'll be back next Friday maybe with another fun game. And you got to have to wrap it up for the sports office. Got about 30 seconds left. What are we going to have Monday? You know what? How about a sneak peek on Monday? Because we got a sneaking suspicion. Little Bird told me that we might hear from Detroit Mercy head coach Mark Montgomery on Monday night talking about the Titans and their upcoming season. So come on in for that. The Zoom room will be open. Put up the number again. Go ahead, James. Finish it out.
oh, and Tuesday we got a pretty good guest on the sports office. We have Peaches, Dan Petrie, joining us, and we got a lot of Scooble talk. We have a ton of Tigers talk, so that one's going to be fun. Next Friday, it's Jennifer Hammond and me and Greg Campy in studio.
Greg Campy in studio?
Greg Campy in studio.
I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Join us on the sports office every day. Zoom in. You got the code, the QR code, all that stuff. We have fun here, and we like to have you in as well. Thanks for watching the sports office on Fox 2, Fox Local, the app.